Seems meditative and fun. Yeah, there it is. There's a little... Oh, no, that's a bush. I thought that was Morgott. There's Morgott. Asshole. Get fucked, nerd. Okay. Oh! I wanted to sit on that. No, never mind. Well, we'll just get into a little corner over here. And, let's check out the inventory. So, these flasks. Let's start with the basics. The one washed up on the gravesite was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation to seek the Elden Ring. Same with this one. Basins are placed at the feet of minor Erd trees throughout the lands between in order to collect their crystallized tears. Oh, yeah, that's true. There are those little basins you can see throughout the minor Erd trees. I never even thought about that, but yeah, that does make sense. And I'm gonna probably just be skipping the, well, I guess the upper stuff does have, looks like it does have lore too. It's not just gameplay stuff, so sorry, I should be looking at these. Graced by a Tear of Blessing, and then Relic of the Physic Chemist, Priests of the Erd Tree. So, harnesses the power of crystal tears, which only form after the passage of many moons. That would explain why there's only seems to be one, or, one at each Erd Tree. Interesting. The memory of first grace, which once guided bygone Tarnished to the lands between. Lose all runes and return to last sight of grace visited. It is merely a cycle. Stand before the Elden Ring. Become the Elden Lord. A delicate goldwork ring can be used as a finger whistle. Sound the whistle to summon and ride Torrent, the spectral steed. Dismount steed when used while on horseback. Upon his death, the spectral steed can be summoned again, but doing so drains the flask of crimson tears, yes. So then, the rune arcs are the shards of the shattered Elden Ring. Grants the blessing of an equipped great rune upon use. Even if no great rune is equipped, it will slightly increase maximum HP. Okay. The lower arc of the Elden Ring is held to be the basin in which its blessings pool. Perhaps the shard originates from that very arc. Okay. Interesting. I am very interested in the mechanics of the Elden Ring and its shattering. And all of these great runes appear to also be runes that were carved into the Elden Ring or bestowed by the Elden Ring. And, I believe the term Shardbearer has been used, too, for the great rune holders. So I'm interested in the logistics of how that all works. Because it seems like, honestly, like, the Elden Ring seems to be this great artifact that holds all of reality together in its own way. And I believe that Rune of Death being stolen from it appears to be what ended this universal law of, like, immortality that seems to have been afoot, and is, like, the only thing that results in, like, a true final death for anyone in the lands between, which is interesting. An ephemeral sliver that gives off a pale blue glow, but remains of passing flash of starlight, used to gradually recover FP. A prized item that was once used in the Eternal City as an ingredient in intoxicating draughts. That's draughts, not droughts, right? Yeah. I read that. That makes sense, though, that the Eternal City would be using starlight stuff. Okay, these ingredients, I don't know how interesting any of this is going to... Yeah, I think this is all going to be... Yeah, we can skip those. A lot of this stuff I feel like we can probably skip. I don't think this is going to be... Oh, wait. This is interesting. There's a difference here. Ooh, okay, so the Warming Stone is a ruin fragment blessed with an incantation of the two fingers. It's a craftable item that uses FP to generate warmth, continuously restoring the HP of those nearby. Okay. And then this one continuously restores the HP of those who host the Frenzied Flame, confers madness upon those who have not adopted the flame, Take care not to mistake this for its gentler cousin. Oh, that's interesting. I never even noticed these. I'm happy I did this just for that. That's cool. Okay. So I could use these to heal if I really wanted to. Bell used by worshippers of revenants. Ring bell used FP to summon prowling wraiths. This can be done multiple times in a row. Wraiths are said to be vengeful spirits of those who died when cursed. Ancestral infant's head. Skull of a very young ancestral spirit. Just think of how many sproutings it might bear. Let's see. Deals continuous damage. Okay. Omen Basin. Doll of a curse-born bairn. Omen babies have all their horns excised, causing most to perish. These fetishes are made to memorialize them. Please don't hate me or curse me, please. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, like, the omens are their own, like, race, it seems. Like, we've killed Morgott, and we also took down, I forget the name of the one... I forget the name of the one that was guarding the like consecrated area, or not consecrated. I think that's the name of the upcoming area, the subterranean shunning grounds. So, yeah, they seem to have. I feel bad for the omens. It seems like they are very shunned. They seem to be maybe guarding the frenzied flame, or at least. Well, I don't know. I can't say that, though, because Morgott was very obsessed about becoming Elden Lord. Or making sure that no one could become Elden Lord. I don't exactly know what the Omens are up to be completely honest with you, but... They seem to be shunned unfairly because they look weird, which I feel bad about. Mimic's Veil. Golden veil of intricate design. When Godric was hounded from Lendel, the royal capital, this was one of a multitude of treasures he took with him, also known as Marika's Mischief. So Godric was ousted from the capital. That's interesting. Huh. I wonder why. I know that he is like a more of a distant relative type. They did talk about that. So maybe they're just like, oh, you know, you're kind of the black sheep of the family. Get out, go fucking rule over Limgrave or whatever. Baldachin's Blessing. Favor bestowed by a deathbed companion. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. Uses FP to temporarily boost poise. Yes, that's right. The favor allows one to forget any aches and pains. In death, there's only peace, for in death there can be no sensation. Oof. That's dark. So yeah, as you would expect, the deathbed companions are all about making people feel better. Radiant Baldachin's Blessing. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. This blessing is of the utmost rarity. Uses FP to temporarily raise poise. The effect lasts longer than a mere favor. Said a deathbed companion will only produce a blessing of this kind for a champion but once in her entire life. The sole blessing which she imbues of her own volition. Okay. Moog Shackle, a fetish bathed in golden magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to keep a particular omen under... Oh yeah, Moog was the name of the one. Underground, duh. In strictest confinement. Yeah, it's fucked up that they have these own, like they have their own artifacts that they use to, like, control and, like, kind of enslave these people. I feel bad for the Omens. Though faint, the shackles still retain vestiges of power, enough to trap the once-bound Moog on Earth, if only for a short time. Damn, okay. Then Greece. I don't think we... Yeah, that's... Frozen Reasons! One's used to entertain children on the fringes of the lands between. Interesting. Huh. Fall damage and sound reduction. Oh! Interesting. Then the Grace Mimic. Unrefined guidance will lead to truer encounters. 'Cause, 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 ' Glass shard covered in dirt. Okay. During the age of the Erd Tree, Carrion astrology withered on the vine. The fate once written the night skies had been fettered by the Golden Order. Oh. Is that related to Readathon halting the stars with his, gravity stuff? So then the Carrions couldn't use their astrology. That's interesting to me that they would do that, though, because Readathon is Readathon is Renala's son, right? With Readathon. Yes, because he's of the R family. And then that would make him Ranni's brother, too. I guess Rykard was technically their sibling, too. Oh, God. Well, they certainly had a diverse family. Readathon and Renala. Jesus Christ. Wow. Wonder how Ranni feels about the fact that we've just annihilated her entire immediate family. Well, no, that's not true. We haven't fucked up Readathon. She's still got Papa Rad in there. So, but yeah, that's interesting that Readathon would stop the stars if the Carrions were using it for, astrology and stuff. These, clay heads that say things. Yeah, there's, nothing. Oh, must be a mother speaking. Aw. Interesting. Relic of those who came before, left to help those who would come after. Finger of corpse waxes, furled like a hook. The bronze adornments are the mark of a duelist. Okay. Furled finger is blackened with blood congestion. It seems to have chopped off rather unceremoniously. Okay. Finger severer. Use a host of fingers to select a summon player and send them back to the world. Okay. Phantom Blade severs the link formed by a furled finger, but the maiden scorned those who abuse its use. Interesting. And then the Tarnished wizened finger. Write messages. A finger of corpse wax. So emaciated the bone is visible. It is a relic of those who came before. Yeah, okay. Alright, well that's it through the tools section. The ashes, I'm actually kind of interested with these. We got a lot of these and we have not read many of them. So then we got these 5 wandering nobles. These are the spirits of nobles who, after death, now wander the lands between. Surely they were in search of something once, but whatever it was has long been forgotten. Okay. Spirit of a nobleman who once asked to be given a place at Raya Lucaria to learn glintstone sorceries. His talents were insufficient to be worthy of donning the stone crown, however, and he is only capable of using the most rudimentary sorcery. Alright. Well, sucks for that guy. These are the spirits of militiamen who live in death, and will continue to rise again until properly finished off. This is the grotesque fate of those who come into contact with Deathroot. Oh, so Deathroot can... Oh... I guess that makes sense from what we've seen. So Deathroot causes you to be undead. But, not like the immortal undead that, the Tarnished seem to be. Until they're, killed properly. But, everyone else, if they touch the Deathroot, they become, the undead that we've seen in, the graveyards and stuff. Interesting. So where does the Deathroot come from? Is that, the corpse of... What I'm assuming is the corpse of Godwin under the Erd Tree. I wonder if, the Deathroot comes from there? No idea. I'm just spitballing here, so... Skeletal Bandit Ashes. This is the spirit of a bandit who lives in death and will continue to rise again until properly finished off. After the night of the plot, Deathroot appeared in the lands between, and those who live in death soon followed. Oh, okay. So after the assassination of God, yeah. Well, I mean that just tracks with what I said. After Godwin died, Deathroot started to show up. That makes sense to me. That it would appear because of that. Albinoric Ashes. A strapping duo of cartwheeling spirits who wield ripple swords and spew fire or freezing breath. Both are second generation Albinorics with dumpy heads that resemble those of frogs. Oh. Oh, so these are the Albinorics too, but isn't like... Huh. Interesting. Demi-human ashes. The spirits of demi-humans that are small in stature but have a violent, brutish disposition. Though they seem somewhat intelligent, so when night falls, their blood boils and they become feral. Huh. That's strange, because demi-humans that we've encountered so far just kind of attack you whenever? That was not the impression I got from how they're depicted in, like, the gameplay. Interesting. I wonder also, too, how biased that is. Again, I do not feel the gameplay supports that. I feel like maybe that's humanity's view of the demi-humans. But I don't know if that's actually reflected in the world and what we've seen of it and how the demi-humans act. Interesting. Clayman Ashes. Bowed with age, these spirits are sluggish but hard to stagger. The warped remains of priests who search for revelations in service of the ancient dynasty. Which, is that like the ancestral, like, people? Yes. I recognize these. Oh, okay, so, yeah. These guys are called the Claymen. That makes sense. Okay, so they are warped remains of priests who search for revelation in service of the ancient dynasty. That makes sense. They seem to congregate around, like, the underground temples and stuff. In, like, the river areas. They employ 2 sorceries that produce smaller and larger bubbles. Okay. Spirits of wolves chased from their pack. They later encountered a nameless Tarnished who welcomed them as hunting companions. The wolf spirits overwhelm enemies with their agility. Yeah, okay. Giant rats. Do not require FP to summon. The rat spirits appear at a distance from the summoner, swarming upon their victim to start the fight. Damn. Even as spirits, these vermin seem to multiply endlessly. Enhancing these ashes will increase their numbers. Oh, that's a cool gimmick. Landsquire ashes. Or Landsquirt ashes. These spirits appear some distance from the summoner. The firm, fleshy tubes of the creatures remain rooted to the spot, spraying poisonous liquid over their surroundings. Alright, I don't know why I'd ever use these, honestly. Spirit jellyfish ashes. Ashes? God damn it. That jellyfish ass, though. A floating spirit that illuminates its surroundings, prone to tears. The jellyfish girl searches for her distant home, will bravely spew poison at foes on her summoner's behalf. Aw, it seems her name is Aurelia. Okay. I like this one. Again, I'm not sure why I'd use any of these plant ones. Spirits of sweet little Miranda flowers. Carnivorous blossoms that feed upon human flesh. They creep slowly, scattering toxic pollen, vulnerable to fire. Do take care of the little darlings, okay? Archer ashes. Spirits of archers who belong to the Fallen Hawks, a band of soldiers that once explored the Eternal City. Their arrows are imbued with cold ghost flame. Ooh. Though their methods are somewhat crude, they work well as a squadron, firing a hail of arrows in unison at the sound of a war cry. Cool! That's actually pretty neat. Oh, those were the guys kind of in, like, that, like, kind of right before Dee's brother, that area, and, like, where those, like, knights were. I remember these guys, yeah. Great Shield Soldier Ashes. Spirits of Great Shield Soldiers who belong to the Fallen Hawks. Are these all Fallen Hawks, like? Well, I guess just these two, because this guy doesn't seem like he is one. Who belong to the Fallen Hawks, a band of soldiers that once explored the Eternal City. Stout defenders with a steady guard. Though their methods are somewhat crude. Oh yeah, no, I remember fighting these guys too. They work well as a squadron and will attract attention of enemies or lob ghost flame from the rear guard. Cool. The ancestral followers, of course, the spirit of the horned folk who eschew letters. I can't pronounce that word for some reason. The proper pronunciation is escaping me, I'm sorry. Who eschew letters and metalworking. Brawny and versed in distinctive spiritual arts, this particular tribesman wields a heavy bow. Man-serpent ashes, okay. Spirit of a deformed man-serpent that wields a whip of magma. It is said that long ago, the elder serpent that dwelled on Mount Gelner devoured a demigod, and the birth of the man-serpents followed. So Rykard allowed himself to be... Unless it's a different demigod. No, I'm going to assume that that was the result of Rykard allowing himself to be devoured. Either he allowed himself to be devoured by the serpent, or maybe he tried to fight it and lost, and then he kind of got, like... Maybe the serpent's more in control than Rykard. I got no idea. The spirit takes the form of a crawling pest. Its chitinous body makes a dry rustling sound. Yeah, these guys are freaky. Attack enemies by secreting sticky threads. The kindred of rot are the servants of the goddess of rot. Servants that have been forsaken. Okay. Is Melania the goddess of rot? Maybe? I got a text message. I can't look at that right now. I think maybe she's the goddess of rot. Just based off of, like, you know, her fight with Readathon or whatever from, like, the initial story stuff. But I don't know. Spirit of Raya Lucaria, sorcerer wearing a stone crown. A scholar of the Olivinus Conspectus, who has mastered the use of the glintstone star sorcery. Alright. Pretty standard stuff. Raya Lucaria soldier ashes. A trio of spirits consisting of 2 disposable foot soldiers and their superior. The soldiers of Raya Lucaria were also known as the Cuckoos. Cuckoos, rather, maybe. They were given free reign by the Academy to wage war as they pleased, and they were infamous for their rapacious ways. Huh. Free to wage war as they pleased. Why would you do that? That's just asking for trouble. Okay. So Oleg the Banished Knight, I know we've read this one before. One of the 2 knights known as the Wings of the Storm. After his banishment, he attracted the notice of the grace-given Lord, and later, having slain 100 traitors as the Lord's hand, Oleg earned the hero's honor of Erdtree burial. Is the grace-given Lord Godfrey? Like the first Elden Lord? That we killed, like, the spirit of? Still wondering where that dude's, like, main body is. I'm assuming we're gonna have to fight it later. Considering that I think we fought the Shade of... I think we fought, like, the Shade of... God, what's his name? Blythe. And then we had to take out Blythe properly later. But I don't know. Okay, so the other wing of the storm. Despite his banishment, he rejected the invitation of the grace-given Lord, instead keeping watch over a masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a hero of the fringes. Interesting. I wonder why they were banished. What'd they do? Flo the Bloodhound Knight. Okay. Spirit of a Bloodhound Knight they called the Rabid Stray. Oh, that's a good nickname for someone who belongs to a group called the Bloodhound Knight. Fuck yeah, dude. Will attack without pause immediately after being summoned. Damn, okay. Flo vowed that there was only one lord he would serve, a true king, and so the Rabid Stray never found a master. Yo, this guy fucking rules. Yo. Shoutouts to that guy, honestly. Battle Mage Hughes? I'm assuming it's Hughes. Hugus? Came from Celia to study the Haima Conspectus at the Academy, where he became a battle mage. Haima scholars seek to quell conflict with cannon fire and the gavel, but Hugus developed a longing for it. Okay. Latenna the Albinoric, a rare case of one who chose to become a spirit voluntarily. Oh! Latenna was renowned as a deft magic archer, but having lost her beloved wolf companion, Lobo... Oh, yeah. She cannot move from the place where she was summoned. Okay. Yeah, we ran into her. Black Knife Tish. Okay, this is actually one of them that I was thinking about when I was like, oh, I should do like a readathon, because I did not look at this, and we should have. Tish was one of the assassins who, on the night of the plot, imbued her... Oh, I misgendered her the entire time. I am very sorry, Tish. Tish was one of the assassins who, on the night of the plot, imbued her black knife with the root of death and slew Godwyn the Golden. She was the daughter of the black knife ringleader, Electo, and was killed Oh wait, no, Electo was the guy we fought. Okay, never mind. Electo was a dude. I thought Tish was the ringleader that we killed, but no. This is his daughter. Electo, and was killed protecting her mother during their flight from the royal capital. Oh, that's sad. But I guess, you know, at least the dad had her spirit around. Mimic Tear, okay. This spirit takes the form of the summoner to fight alongside them, but its mimicry does not extend to imitating the summoner's will. Mimic Tears are the result of an attempt by the Eternal City to forge a lord. I remember we read this before, and I still really like this idea of, like, them just trying to create, like, an artificial person that could become Elden Lord. That's very neat. I will say, since we're on here, I know Mimic Tear seems to be very popular with the community, and everyone's like, oh yeah, just, like, use Mimic Tear and stuff. I kind of almost think that Mimic Tear should have just been a boss fight, and maybe not a Spirit Ash. I feel like it is so obviously the cool one for you to use, because it is literally a second version of you. I do not think it should be in the game, almost. I think that it is such an obvious one for people to want to use that it kind of diminishes... Oh, someone praised my message. I think it kind of diminishes the value of all these other Spirit Ashes. I think it's kind of maybe a bad thing that there's one that's just so clearly more interesting than the rest. I just kind of don't like it, I guess. I think maybe Mimic Tear should have just been a cool boss fight. That maybe you got something else from to get the... Because I wouldn't miss having this lore about, you know, the attempt to create to forge a lord. But, like, maybe Mimic Tear could have dropped something that could have revealed that. But I just don't think that Mimic Tear Ashes should have been in the game. You know, like a proper spirit you can summon. Night Maiden and Swordstress puppets. These sisters, members of a cold-blooded race who wield flowing weapons, became puppets of their own volition. Ooh. So the Eternal City people seem to be crafting a lot of, like, artificial, like, life. I'm very curious about what they were doing down there. Because they seem to have, like, enough, like, power to kind of rule and have a shot at, like, having one of their own become Elden Lord. But, like, they were, like, doing, like, a lot of weird experimentation stuff down there, it seems, which is very interesting. Okay, crafting materials. I don't know how much is... I really don't know how much of this is going to be interesting. I might just... Albinaurics are life forms made by human hands. Oh! Okay. No, okay, there's some interesting stuff in the crafting materials. Holy shit. Thus, many believe them to live impure lives untouched by the Erdtree's grace. Oh, fuck. Okay. I kind of assumed that the Albinaurics were just another people that inhabited the lands between in the same way that the demi-humans were just kind of around. Like, I just kind of assumed that they were a native people. I did not realize that they were made by human hands. That being said, just because that they were made by human hands, I don't think that means that people should be treating them as poorly as they seem to be treated. They're people too. They have their own culture. They have their own villages and stuff. Let them be, goddammit, and, you know, let them live their fun little froggy lives. It's only fair. Beast blood. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna... Let's see. A crab's eggs are more delectable than its meat. Interesting. Oh. Land octopuses eat humans in order to bear young, and theirs is the blood that runs through these ovaries. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how many of these are all that interesting. These butterflies were once the wings of the goddess of rot herself. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. I feel like the goddess of rot has to be Melania. Golden centipedes, kept as a fetish by Golden Order fundamentalists, especially the hunters of those who live in death. Oh, so they're, like, dedicated hunters who track down, like, the undead, like, skeletons and stuff and just try to murder the fuck out of them. They're found near churches. It makes... Well, it makes... I don't know. That's interesting to me, because I feel like most of the skeletons we found and stuff have been in those graveyards near churches. So it's interesting that, like, the hunt... Well, I guess it makes sense the hunters would be by the churches then, just to make sure that their graveyards aren't overrun by undead. Living Jar Shard. Such fragments command a high price due to the magical power locked within. This leaves the living jars unfortunate targets for poachers. Oh, that's fucked up. The living jars are people... Man, humanity, terrible in this setting. Just terrible. Treating the Albinorics bad. Treating the... Don't seem to have a great relationship with the demi-humans. Seems to be some fucked up shit going on there. Poaching living jars, which clearly are their own people with personalities, just for a little bit of magical power. This is fucked up. Humans are bad. Silver Tear makes mockery of life, reborn again and again into imitation. Perhaps one day it will be reborn a lord. Interesting. Formless life form. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Gold Tinge Excrement. Ooh. Someone's excrement and has a golden tinge. Crafting items often hidden in woods and thickets. Gold-tinged excrement is a highly stable substance. It doesn't dry out, nor does it lose its customary warmth or scent. For better or for worse, it remains as it is. Oh, okay. Huh. A sign that the deceased suffered from the flame of frenzy. This grape has ripened and burst. Oh, okay. So this could have been a Shabriri grape, but it wasn't good enough, basically. Berry-like red fruits that grow in shrubs. Material used for crafting items. Yeah, okay. We don't need to read all these berries and shit. I don't think many of these have that much interesting stuff going on. Yeah, I've barely touched the crafting in this game, except when I've had to, honestly. I'm not a crafting guy in games generally, so... Lord of Blood? Who's the Lord of Blood? Huh. Do not remember meeting someone who could have been described. Well, I guess we fought that one priest dude who like had a bunch of like blood weapons and shit. I could just be forgetting someone too. Empyrean Mikola in his youth. Mikola's a name I don't feel like I've heard before? Let's see. Yeah, a lot of this isn't really all that... Well, let's see. No, a lot of this isn't all that... Well, okay, Eye of Yilug. Grown in lands afflicted by frenzy, it's used for its pain-relieving properties, though it's also known to be a dangerous intoxicant. Okay. Okay. The roots of the Great Tree were once linked to those of the Erd Tree, or so they say, and it is for this reason catacombs are built around Great Tree roots. Okay. Cool. Boasting no special qualities, this is merely a goodly length of string. Nice. Material used for crafting items, often carried by demi-humans. Used to make certain items easier to use. Man, makes sense. Don't know why I even bothered reading this one. Yeah, all this stuff is... Yeah, okay, well, that wasn't the most exciting, but there's some cool stuff in there. Where'd my phone go? There we go. Just making sure that person isn't texting me anymore. Let's see. Golden Seed, found at the base of an illusory tree. When the Elden Ring was shattered, these seeds flew from the Erd Tree, scattering across the various lands as if life itself knew that its end had come. Wow! Fascinating. Smithing stone is found throughout the lands between, and okay, yeah. These aren't particularly intriguing. So these go up to 24. This goes up to +8. I feel like +10 has to be the end of, like, the somber stuff. So, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, geez, I can... Oh, but I don't have anything to get those Mimic Tears up to +4. Damn, okay. Oh, well. Wait, hold on. Kind of interested in... Alright, since times of old, large gloveworts were used to comfort heroic spirits, given in tribute to those who died the most glorious of deaths in the hope their stories would become legend. Alright. Now, here, we got some real bullshit. Key items, alright. A great rune of the Shardbearer Godric. Its blessing raises all attributes. This great rune is known as the Anchor Ring, found in the center of the Elden Ring. The first demigods were the Elden Lord Godfrey and his offspring, the Golden Lineage. So that's the Golden Lineage. Is Godfrey's... and Godfrey was the original husband of Marika, I guess, then, right? And then Readathon? I think? They got a divorce? Or is there like a Mormon thing going on here with, like, the polygamy? I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like we maybe had answers to this already and I just forgot them. There's a lot of lore in this game. You must forgive me for these things. But... I guess Godfrey was probably the first Elden Lord then, and then I guess Readathon was the second? And then Godfrey's kids are the Golden Lineage, and I don't know what the fuck Readathon's kids are called. I guess the fucking weird-ass sorcerers, because they're all doing weird magic bullshit, trying to make a fucking ridiculous future, and plotting assassinations and getting eaten by serpents, so that... You know, actually, it's kind of funny. Radahn seems to be the only one that's just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hang out and, like, do whatever and be cool. Well, I guess he was trying to war for power with the other gods, but, like, fucking Rykard fucked off and is like, what if I get eaten by a snake, and then I eat all the other demigods? And fucking Ronnie is over here causing the apocalypse and is like, I'm gonna break this fucked up cycle we're in and create a new world. Shit, fucking, talk about family drama, holy shit. Okay, next rune. A great rune of the Shardbearer Rykard. Its blessing restores HP upon defeating enemies. Rykard was amongst the children of Rennala and Radagon, who became demigod stepchildren after Radagon's union with Queen Marika. Yes. But Rykard fed himself to the blasphemous service. Oh, okay, so he didn't, like, get taken over. He willingly fed himself to the Serpent of Blasphemy, the Elder Serpent of Mount Gelmir. That was a conscious decision he made. Interesting. All right. Wonder if they talked about it or if he just kind of showed up and was like, hey, okay, you can have me. I also like... okay, just, you know, religious parallels here, but I like the idea of the blasphemous serpent, you know, kind of going back to that Garden of Eden myth of old. Always fun to have a blasphemous serpent in your mythology, right? So... Wonder where that serpent came from. A great rune of the Shardbearer Radahn. Its blessing raises maximum HP, FP, and stamina. Radahn was amongst the children of Rennala and Radagon, who become demigod stepchildren after Radagon. Is it Radagon or Radagon? I'm just going to say Radagon. Radagon's union with Queen Marika. The great rune burns to resist the encroachment of the Scarlet Rot. Yeah, that makes sense. Then this is the Amber Egg, clutched by Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. The only rune we didn't seem to have to activate, interesting enough. The Great Rune of Unborn Demigods. Perfects those who have been born anew. Children born anew by Rennala are all frail and short-lived. Imperfect beings, each and all. These don't have any lore whatsoever. But I should actually read through just to get familiar with their effects, because I feel like I don't look at these enough. Restores half of one's maximum HP. These both are the same. Gradually restores one's HP over time. Okay. FP. Stamina, speed, recovery, stamina, recovery speed. Oh, that's an interesting combination. I could actually use green spill and green burst to just be able to roll for days. Temporarily boosts one's strength. All form of damage negation, poise, magic attacks, fire attacks, lightning attacks, holy attacks. Yeah. Breaking stance is better, but it's only for a short period of time. Charged attack increase. Prevents one's rooms from being lost upon death, however the effect only lasts a short time. Oh, okay. Increases the effectiveness of dodge rolls for a certain duration, however damage taken is also increased during the... Oh! Ooh! That's a real high risk, high reward tier. I was it had me in the first half, and then that second part, Oh god, I can really imagine, though, someone wanting to do some challenge run bullshit without doing, like, a proper, like, low soul level run or whatever. Doing something where they have, like, the Readathon Scar Seal or whatever, and this on at the same time. And just doing, like, a full glass cannon thing. That would be really fun, I bet. Significant damage reduction, or negation. Cool. Eliminates all FP consumption, but will quickly expire. That makes sense. Yeah, it seems like the more extreme effects are kind of more limited, like, time-wise, which is fair, balancing-wise. It makes sense that they do that. Absolutely no medicinal quality is a lesson said to be learned the hard way for some. Faith can be a volatile matter after all. Okay. Oh yeah, this will just cause it to explode. Yeah. Yeah. Ritual pot stuff. The art of perfuming was once jealously guarded in the capital, but after the perfumers were drafted into service during the Shattering, the art became widely practiced throughout the lands between. That makes sense. Said to be the fragment of the black moon that once hung above the Eternal City. Huh. Huh. Also, which Eternal City? Who can say, I guess. These, as the voices of the two finger readers, are said to live lives eternally, and one is even supposed to have served as a wet nurse to royalty. Okay. Or live lives eternal. But doesn't everyone kind of live lives? I am confused who does and doesn't die in this setting, and why undeath is different from just, like, the regular state of things. Because, like, my impression is that kind of everyone has some degree of immortality, but then, like, death being stolen through a wrench into things. I do not fully grasp the mechanics of death and capital D death in this setting, I feel. It's a little bit confusing to me. I'm sure when I'm done with this game, I'll watch a lore video from, like, Vadi or some shit, and you'll be able to tell me what the deal is, but as of right now, I am kind of bamboozled about who is allowed to die, what causes someone to permanently die, and who's gonna just come back. Because also, too, like, NPC questlines and stuff, we've seen people get, like, murdered. Like, Fia's gone. Dee's gone. I think we just murdered Tanith and her knight, and, I mean, we've killed all the bosses so far that we've killed, like, the Shard Bearers. I don't think they're coming back. So, fuck, I don't fucking know. Room gestated by Fia, the deathbed companion, used to restore the fractured Elden Ring when brandished by the Elden Lord. Formed of the two Hollowbrand half-wheels combined, it will embed the principle of life within death into order. The Golden Order was created by confining destined death. Thus, this new order will be one of death restored. See, like, this makes it sound like the status quo of things is that, like, people just can't die and we are reintroducing death to the world. So, I don't know. This is the Great Rune we need to activate yet by getting the Divine Tower of East Altus, which I'm assuming after we go through that lift, I'm assuming it's going to be down there somewhere, right? Beyond the Great Bridge from Lendel's Eastern Ward. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Stone Sword Keys. Breaks the seal on imp statues, but remains embedded in the statue after use, meaning it can only be used once as an item. Yeah, think well before using one. Yeah. Ooh. Did we ever use that? Oh, yeah, okay, no, these keys don't go away after use. It's not Resident Evil. Wow, the description literally tells me where to find the fucking thing, and I just didn't open it. I'm a dipshit. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm sure we missed some cool stuff. I thought we kind of went through that area fast a little bit for what it was. Jeez. Well, we'll never know now. Well, I mean, I'll know when I play through on New Game Plus or look up a video or something, but... oh well. Treasure chest passed down to Carrion princesses. It is said to be found. Yes, this is what we used to get our engagement ring to Rani. Which, I don't know if the wedding's off because of the Frenzied Flame thing. I'm gonna assume she's not a fan, though. Sorry, Rani. You're like the coolest character in this game, but I couldn't... Getting grabbed by Satan, who is located at the bottom of a poopy dungeon, kind of sick, so... And also, sorry, Melina. Melina probably deserves the apology more. I still feel bad about making her mad, but, you know. It's the Frenzied Flame. It looks kind of cool. Probably gonna get a really fucked up ending because of it, but we'll see. The Glintstone Key. A Glintstone Key will remember its user, meaning once it's used, it can never be passed on to another. The Academy does not welcome the indolent. Yes. Hidden form of the Carrion Study Hall, which connects to the Divine Tower. To unveil the secret, affix it to the pedestal of the Celestial Globe. Alright, and then the Dectus Medallions. Yeah. Okay, then the Rolled Medallion. Mountaintops of the Giants, and yeah, I think I hinted at it before when I accidentally said Consecrated, but I know that the next area, I believe, is called the Consecrated Snowfield, and I know that people seem to, the next part of the game I'm about to get to seems to be where a lot of people kind of, turned on Elden Ring, or maybe not turned, but were like, okay, yeah, this part of the game isn't as fun or something, which is very funny, because it reminds me of Dark Souls 1, when people were like, oh, everything after, Anor Londo is kind of iffy in places, so we'll see how I feel about it. I'm still really, really enjoying this game, and I have a feeling that I'm going to love this game through to the end. Spoiler alert, but as of right now, I think this game is one of my favorite games of all time. I genuinely think this is probably in my top 10. I don't want to seal that in yet before I beat it, but I am having a fucking wonderful time making this Let's Play. And I hope that this weaker second half or not second half, but this weaker late game I'm hearing about, I hope it doesn't, tarnish my opinion of it, because I'm having a great time right now. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind and hope I enjoy it. So we got the right part of this. We still need to find the left part of this. The Hailing Tree thing. Okay. The Land of Miklos. Okay. I forget where... Did we not learn where the left half was, but then... I can't remember. I think Wolf Lady told us about it. I know that our friend, Gideon Ofnir had some shit to say, but I believe he was like, seek the Albinoric woman, or whatever, who was hanging out in there. Let's see. Serpent's Amnion. Mother's womb, which cradled the poor unwanted offspring of a repellent birthing ritual. It will never dry out, remaining damp indefinitely. Okay. Banishes distress and bitter memories. Oh, yep, okay, we just read this one earlier. This thing, which I don't fucking know. I feel like we probably should have just given this to Gideon. I'm sure that because, Celavis is fucking dead now, it seems like. Whatever side quest this would have been tied into, we probably just failed to complete, so who the fuck knows. Yeah. Ephemeral silver that gives off a pale amber glow. What remains of a passing flash of starlight. If the stars command our fates, then amber-hued stars must command the fates of the gods. Such is the belief that inspired the use of these shards to prepare a most special draught, rather. Cannot be consumed by mere humans. Interesting. I don't remember where I got this from. Miniature Rani. Empty, yeah. Deathroot, a source that gives rise to those who live in death. The beast clergyman, found it at Bestial Sanctum in the distant east, collects and devours these roots. On the night of the... Oh, I should give him these, too. On the night of the dire plot, the stolen Rune of Death enabled the first death of a demigod. Later, the Rune of Death spread across the lands between throughout the underground roots of the great tree, sprouting in the form of Deathroot. Well, yeah, that confirms what we were talking about. This trembles when near Deathroot. The murky violet iris writhes as if alive. I am not sated, feed me more death. Dragon heart seized by a dragon tracker, riddled with gravelstone. This grotesque organ continues to beat vivaciously. An offering used in the Great Dragon Communion. Consume a dragon's heart at the altar to make its power yours. While a terrible and savage-looking thing, the heart has a peculiar beauty to it. Yeah. I should maybe... Yeah, we should maybe churn in more of these, too. I don't think... I think the dragon stuff mostly relies on faith, like most of the fire stuff, so I don't know if we're gonna really be able to use any of it, but it's worth looking into, I guess. Empty ashes of war devoid of any memories of battle, unable to apply any kind of affinity in their current state, but can be used by smithing master Hewig of the Round Table to recreate other ashes. Thus does the copy pass into becoming the genuine article. Okay. Hidden Tear, found in the Eternal City, also known as the Night Tear, allows one to carry out an absolution at the Church of Vows, reversing all antagonizations. Once upon a time, the stars of the night sky guided fate, and this is a recollection of those times. Okay, so, like, we're learning a lot about the stars, and it makes sense that the Carrion people would study them, and why the underground people seem to, like, they kind of have the underground star thing going on. And I wonder if Readathon was the one to stop that. Or if it stopped before, for some reason. Core of a creature of mimicry known as the Silver Tear. As much a substance as it is a living organism. Material required by the amber egg cradled by Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, to birth people anew. Being born anew allows the reallocation of attributes boosted by leveling up. Okay. So, also, too, interestingly enough, it feels as though the people of the Eternal Cities have a lot in common with, like, the Carians and the Raya Lucaria people, just in terms of, like, their magical tendencies, and, like, it seems they have a lot in common in terms of, like, worshipping, like, the night sky and the stars and the overall sorceries and stuff, so that's interesting as well. Crafting kit, nothing here. All this stuff doesn't, yeah. Oh, this is kind of interesting. This is one of Readathon's buddies. Academy guy. Missionary's cookbook, a man who, unable to become a finger maiden, instead became a missionary and went forth to spread holy teachings. Interesting. The capital's ancient dragon cult. Huh. Depraved perfumer. Contains perilous techniques no ordinary physician would attempt. Okay. Then, of course, by the people afflicted by frenzy. Clarifying boluses, frenzy flamestone. A spell capable of summoning various spirits from ashen remains. It usually requires FP to use. Spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of Rebirth Monument. When summoning is possible, the monument icon. Yeah, okay. That's multiplayer stuff. Yeah, okay. And then this is physical or occult type Ashes of War. An additional affinity of poison, blood, or occult can be chosen, yeah. Sui Needle, carved like a fang. Bach the demi-human's prized possession. Was that the guy who was, like, pretending to be a tree or some shit we ran into? He asked us to do something. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot what. So, I guess we're not doing that quest. One of the tools brought by Readathon when he entered into marriage with Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, and joined the Carrion line. Gold sewing needle. Oh, this alters the demigod attire. Okay. Cool. Tailoring tools. Demigod attire can be altered at a site of grace. Okay. I don't know how to read that word, but the domain... Yeah, I always forget how that word is pronounced. The domain, even, of Limgrave, far south of the Erdtree, is bordered to the northwest by the cliffs of Stormvale, and under its evercloud skies roll the great steppes of the Pale Lands. Then Limgrave East. Other than the Mistwood, which envelops the south, it is known for its lands which lead to Caelid, a path trod by many a soldier in the past. Peninsula to Limgrave South is named for its unceasing rainfall. Redolent of Lament. Or Redolent of Lament? Learning a lot of words I don't know how the fuck to pronounce. Goodness. The majority of Liurnia, known for its vast forests and ever-present fog, is sinking into a lake. Oh, it's sinking. Okay. The western coast has always been closely associated with Carrion loyalty. The eastern coast is home to a high road running north and south. Yeah, been through there. Academy of Raya Lucaria towers over the north, while at its base spreads the town built around it, now flooded. Two high roads end their journeys here. Altus Plateau and the environs. The Altus Plateau, where the Erdtree's base can be found, contains the royal capital of Lendel to the east and Mount Gelmir to the west. Scars from the shattering remain apparent to this day. Lendel, city of the Erdtree, is a metropolis enclosed by double ramparts. The inner wall remains unbreached to this day. Mount Gelmir, which houses the Volcano Manor at its summit, is characterized by sheer cliffs and ominous skies. I didn't even say that again. These qualities only became more pronounced after the shattering. Oh, okay. So, like, the lands changed, too. Caelid, known as the locale of the last battle between General Radahn and Melania, Blade of Mikola, is a vast land constantly married by Scarlet Rot, or marred by Scarlet Rot. Dragon Barrow. The dragons that escaped the Scarlet Rot made a nest of the plateau to Caelid's north, thus it was named Dragon Barrow, and none dare to enter. Yeah, that makes sense. That place is fucked up. Two great rivers flow beneath the lands between the Siofra and the Ainsel. Ainsel, I want to say, actually. The vast region is said to be the grave of civilizations that flourished before the Erdtree. So, the Eternal Cities... Were they there first, and then, after seeing everything that was going on above ground, was like, okay, we can try taking a stab at this whole Elden Lord thing, and they just failed, and, like, the Golden Order, or whoever, like, or Golden Lineage, or whatever, just, like, decided, like, okay, we gotta take these fuckers out? I wonder. A great lake of standing water downstream of the Ainsel River. It is said to be the divine essence of an outer god. It is said that the divine essence of an outer god is sealed away in this land. I'm assuming that's Estelle, the natural born of the void. So. Two great rivers flow beneath the lands between the Siofra and the Ainsel. The vast region is said to be the grave of civilizations that flourish between the Erdtree. Yeah, same thing. At the very depths of the Erdtree's majestic roots lies the source of the Ainsel and Siofra rivers. Here, too, begins the network of great tree roots that spread throughout the lands between. Okay. And then this scroll, which we should probably give to Turtle Pope, I think, can help us learn things. From the Academy of Raya Lucaria, details superior sorceries taught to scholars worthy of donning the stone crown and studying a certain conspectus. Can be given to a learned sorcerer to gain access to the following sorceries: Glintstone, Comet Shard, and Star Shower. Okay. Crystal Burst. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Raya Lucaria fires a burst of glintstone crystal shards. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly and while in motion. Charging increases potency. A sorcery of the Crystal Cadre. A group of sorcerers who pursued the wisdom of stone. The secrets locked in the faint cognition of the Crystallians. Crystallians? Okay. A stone digger sorcery used by the glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel at the Academy. Use of the sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. Oh. Enhanced version of the other one. Taught to the Knights of the Cuckoo by the Academy as payment for their contract. Once the sigil would be cast from the highest belfry of the Academy, covering the entire institution's grounds. This spell allowed such vivid experience of spellcasting success, it turned many a fledgling into a true sorcerer in a flash of newborn understanding. Okay. Then Comet Azure. Fires a tremendous comet in a torrent akin to the distant starry expanse, the place said to be the origin of glintstone. Oh, so glintstone are like fallen stars, maybe? Hold to continue releasing the sorcery's power. When Azure glimpsed into the primeval current, he saw darkness. He was left both bewitched and fearful of the abyss. Ooh. The primeval current. Damn, what a name. Okay, so this is from the Raya Lucaria Academy. Then this is from the Carrion royal family. Enchanted Troll Knights, they were the comrades of the young Renala, bound by oath. Said to be taught by the Crystallians to mark the swearing of the Old Concord. It said that the bow was Loretta's favorite weapon. Okay. This one was encountered by a young Rani, led by the hand of her mother, Renala. What she beheld was cold, dark, and veiled in occult mystery. Even among Carrion sword sorceries, this is a notably effective technique. Okay. Adula's Moonblade. Adula, a devourer of sorcerers, was bested by Rani and subsequently swore a knightly oath to her dark moon. Adula was that dragon, okay. And I think Adula was the one... Yes, okay. I believe that Adula was the one that disappeared. And I believe... I think I mentioned it at the time. I think that is the one that reappeared on the Moonlight Altar. That we then killed. That's cool, though, that Rani beat Adula up, and then, yeah, and then she's like, okay, I will protect you, Rani. That's cool as hell, actually. I like that. The Carrion Knights never waver. Damn. And then this is from Celia, Town of Sorcery, which is over in Caelid again. The Celian sorcerers were assassins, and it is said that they often hunted their fellows. Ooh. To present themselves as unarmed sorcerers. Celian assassins considered every option that aided their dirty work. Yeah. After discovering the ancient hexes of Gelmir, Rykard, son of Queen Renala, brought them back into practical use as a new form of sorcery. Ah, interesting. The Snowy Crone taught the young Rani to fear the dark moon as she imparted her cold sorcery. The sorcery is used by high-ranking adepts among the Crystallians. Some also call this sorcery the Crystal Sun. A gravitational technique studied by the young Readathon. His master was an alabaster lord with skin of stone. I like these interesting little looks that we get through the lore into the backgrounds of like the Empyreans. Like obviously Rani had like that like mentor figure, and sounds like Readathon kind of had a similar thing. And Rykard has a snake. But who knows? This sorcery originates from the Onyx Lords. I can't read the rest of the description because my message was appraised. Who had skin of stone and were called lords in reverential fear of their destructive power. Okay. The Claymen search for lost oracles within their bubbles. Oh, okay. Yeah. Briars of Sin. Aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Alright. The guilty, their eyes gouged by thorns, lived in eternal darkness. There they discovered the Bloodstar. Fuck. Sorcery of Fia, the Deathbed Companion. Yes, okay, we read this. This is the one that is only for PvP. Tibia summons. The dead have long been left to wander. What they need is leadership. Damn. Okay. That's it for sorceries. Incantations. There's some shit going on here. Shadowbait. Incantations of the Two-Finger Servants, who once served as the assassins of the Round Table Hold. It is said that those beguiled by the shadow see within it a hated foe. Golden Vow. Erdtree worship. This incantation has been taught to knights of the royal capital for generations, and knights sent on distant expeditions lean on it as a source of courage. Superior Erdtree worship incantation. Okay, this one's like super cool apparently. This incantation was discovered when the Elden Ring was shattered, and it was feared as a sign of the Erdtree's wrath. Erdtree once flourished with abundance, yet it was only for a fleeting moment, such is the course of all life. This is a manifestation of the Erdtree's primal vital energies, an aspect of the primordial crucible, where all life was once blended together. Manifestation of the Erdtree's primal vital energies, an aspect of the primordial... Okay, yeah, same thing. Order healing. The noble gold mask lamented what had become of the hunters, how easy it is for learning and learnedness to be reduced to the ravings of fanatics. All the good and the great wanted, and their foolishness was an absolute evil to contend with. Does such a notion exist in the fundamentals of order? The Golden Order fundamentalists. Golden Mask lamented what had become of the hunters, how easy it is for... So... Alleviates Deathblight buildup. So I'm assuming the hunters they're talking about are the hunters of those who live... Yes, used by hunters of those who live in death. Duh. It says it right up top. I'm stupid. How easy it is for learning and learnedness to be reduced to the ravings of fanatics. So it sounds like, yeah, they're like zealots, the hunters of the undead. All the good and the great wanted, and their foolishness was an absolute evil to contend with, and they took out that righteous fury on the undead. Interesting. But then he's asking here, are those who live in death truly evil? I bet Gold Mask and Thea would have a hell of a conversation, though it doesn't seem like Gold Mask is one to talk, so who knows? Probably not. Draws directly from the power of the fire giants. Releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. The fireball floats towards enemies and explodes, setting the area ablaze. Arganthi, the chief guardian of the flame, had kept this incantation a well-kept secret until it was stolen by Adon. The fell god still lurks within the fire giants. Huh, interesting. Fire monks creates a spiraling stream of fire that burns the area before the caster. Yeah. Fire beguiles those who gaze into it, and so the guardians of the flame are also its worshippers. This incantation leaves the caster with subtle burns, a reminder that they must fear the flame. That's for Scarlet Rot. Clean up. Then the Black Flame stuff. Black Flame incantation of the God Skin Apostles. The Black Flame could once slay gods, but when Malekith sealed destined death, the true power of the Black Flame was lost. So it's now effective again, right? Because Destined Death was... I believe Destined Death is released now that the Rune of Death was stolen? Maybe? I don't know. Once the sign of the god's wrath, this incantation became a trophy of the nobles' god hunt. Huh. Yeah, the black monk... or like the Black Flame monks and like the Godskin like apostles and nobles and shit really interest me with what they're up to. It is said that the time before the Erdtree stones were the first weapons of the beasts who had gained intelligence. Okay. What's this? Bloodflame Talons. Granted by the Lord of Blood. After dealing damage, Bloodflame continues to build up onset of blood loss for a very short time. Okay. Do I need like faith for this? I bet I do. Yeah, I don't have enough. Or Arcane, for that matter. Yeah, having 3 spellcasting stats, I understand why, but fuck, it's brutal. It's just, I've been too much of a powerhouse to play around with the magic stuff. I bet if you really wanted to, you could create a very interesting red mage build in this game where you use both the sorceries and the incantations and go through all sorts of wacky adventures. But that's not the build we went for, and we have to live with that. And I'm not interested in respecking my character right now, honestly. I don't know if I will, unless I feel like I really need to, or for some reason. I kind of like living with the choices I have right now. Okay, now this is the interesting shit. It is said that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabriri, the most reviled man in all history. Holy fuck, dude. To gaze into one another's eyes is truly the most intimate form of human contact. Yeah. One of the incantations of Dragon Communion. Incantation of those who have hunted dragons and feast upon their hearts. Yeah, okay, that we got that from the Communion. Okay. These don't have... Yeah, these don't have, like, lore. So we don't have to read the... Okay, weapons! Weapons, weapons, weapons. This doesn't have... Okay, a lot of these aren't going to have lore, necessarily. Erdsteel dagger with the grass crest engraved upon its blade, carried by the Erdtree royalty for self-defense in times of peace. Though forged to a high standard, the weapon is difficult to wield, attack power also scales with faith. Okay. Difficult to wield. What are the stats on this? Oh, I guess just you need high faith. Ivory sickle. Wielded by aged Albinorics. These weapons are evidence of their dedication to the Halig tree, despite never having entered its presence. Knife made by the sharpening hard crystal, signature weapon of glintstone miners, yeah. Glintstone from Broken Rock, and as such, faint magic enwreaths the blade. Scorpion Stinger. Great scorpion's tail glistening with scarlet rot. A ceremonial tool used by heretics, crafted from the relic of a sealed outer god. Holy fuck. Sealed outer god, who could that be? Huh. Maybe one of the... Did we get this from... I think we got this from Underground, maybe. Maybe that's Estelle that they're talking about. Yeah, because Estelle's a fucking scorpion. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, duh, of course. Oh, well, okay. So. Let's see. Jagged dagger with a distinctive curved blade used by the noble servants of the Lord of Blood. This dagger rips the flesh as it enters, inflicting blood loss with sickening efficacy. A proud testament to the success of its vicious design. This weapon is perpetually coated in blood. Fuck. Slash with the wicked dagger, transforming its never-drying bloodstains into airborne blades that cause blood loss. Oh, that's sick as hell, but we can't use this because we don't have the dex, I bet. Oh no, we don't have the arcane for it. Yeah, it seems like blood is the arcane stat, so... And I just did not put any points into that. Long sword, broadsword. Sword fashioned from pure crystal, a deed impossible for a human. Enwreathed with powerful magic, its attack skills with intelligence, the inscrutable crystallians have but one clear purpose, to safeguard their crystals unto the end. One theory posits that they yearn for the return of their creator, who will carve for them new brethren. Who created them? Huh. Sword of Night and Flame. Yeah, I remember this. This thing looks cool as hell, and, like, has, honestly, one of the coolest names for any weapon I've ever seen in an RPG. So it's one of the legendary armaments, which we've gotten a pretty proper, good collection of at this point. We found it in the Caria Manor, kind of hidden away in a secret room. Astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves in mountaintops that nearly touched the sky and considered the fire giants their neighbors. And then the unique skill, hold the sword level and prepare to cast a sorcery, followed with a normal attack to cast the Night Comet sorcery, or a strong attack to sweep over the burst of flames. Yeah, that sounds cool as hell, but we can't use it. So, just don't have the faith. But, I guess that makes sense, though, that the astrologers, after they can't read fate or do their stuff with the stars anymore, they're like, well, let's turn our talents and research into something else. And then they went to the sorceries, and it only makes sense because the glintstone sorceries, seem to have come from meteors, it sounds like, or like meteorites that fell to Earth, and then I'm assuming they harvested I'm assuming they harvested the materials from that, and that they're kind of like, oh, this came from the sky, right? It's important, and then they used those to create their sorcery. I'm starting to get a better understanding of how magic works in this setting, so that's cool. Lord Sorn's Greatsword. Well-crafted straight sword with an illustrious design, wielded by regulars of a lord's army. Though blackened and damaged by years of use, it appears to have otherwise been kept in serviceable condition, despite the soldiers having long since lost their minds. Gargoyle's Greatsword. Greatsword wielded by valiant gargoyles. Just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax, a patchwork of champions. Damn. This is a candidate. These are candidates for dual wielding with the Darkmoon Greatsword if we want to. So let's keep that in mind here. And this is the only... honestly, this is probably the candidate right now because I can't wield these fucking other ones. Just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax, a patchwork of champions. Okay. Bronze Greatsword wielded by valiant gargoyles, mended with blackened corpse wax, deals holy damage. That's why we can't. Okay, such is the mark of those who serve Malekith the Black Blade. Interesting. I don't have the faith for that, yeah, so. Lost skill of ancient heroes. Lift the sword up high to release the powder of corpse wax. The power of corpse wax, and launch it forwards as a blade-like projectile. God, I'm starting to not be able to read. Inseparable sword. A sword forged by compounding silver and gold. A sacred weapon to hunt those who live in death. Deals holy damage. The inseparable twins found solace in the Golden Order, the only institution not to revile them as accursed beings. Who did I get this? Oh, this is from D, right? Yes. Oh, well, it makes sense that D and D2 wanted to kill Thea, because they're hunters of those who live in death. Duh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he literally started with that. Marius Executioner Sword. Oh, this is another one. Okay. Storied Sword of House Merace. I think it's supposed to be Merace. Merace Executioner Sword, yes. Storied Sword of House Merace, the family of executioners who presided over the Shaded Castle, one of the legendary armaments. Elimer of the Briar, a bell-bearing hunter, snatched the sword from the site of his looming execution and furnished it with battle skills from his home of Eocade. Eocade's dancing blade infused the sword with energy, then fling it forwards in a corkscrew attack. The sword continuously deals damage while violently spinning. Oh, yeah, I mean, we've seen that be used, and we just do not have the arcane for that, so fuck using that. Also, too, this thing weighs 11.5, so if we do want to continue our light load funsies, we're not going to be able to do it with that. So maybe, I don't know if I'm going to dual wield. I kind of want to test out using the Darkmoon Greatsword. I didn't call it the Moonlight Greatsword. Good for me. Even though that's totally what it is. Just, you know, in my opinion, I think that they should have called it the Moonlight Greatsword just for the tradition, and had Darkmoon Greatsword be the name of the skill. But that's just my take on it. But yeah, I think if I had to dual wield, it'd be with the Gargoyle's Greatsword, just because I don't want to pump any more stats into other stuff that I'm probably not going to take full advantage of, realistically. So, you know. But it would be cool to be able to dual wield two legendary armaments, I will say. Then the Blood Zweihander. Yeah, it's just a regular weapon. Great sword. Yeah. I do like the coarse iron lump description, though. That is a little touching thing to Berserk. Troll Knight Sword. Great sword embedded with blue glintstone, weapon of the trolls in service to the royal family of Caria, called into service when the queen invoked an oath they swore. The trolls are treated as true knights of Caria, and fight arm in arm with their human comrades. Yeah. Royal Greatsword, in defiance of the fate he was born to, Blythe swore to serve no master but Rani, as proof the sword was imbued with a cold magic at the moment that the oath was sworn. God, that's so cool. Blythe is such a fucking cool character. All of the Rani party, fucking incredible characters. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Another one of the legendary armaments. This one was in Castle Morn. A Revenger's weapon. It is burdened with oceans of anger and regret. A lone surviving champion from a country now vanished was so determined to continue fighting that he claimed the swords of an entire clan of warriors. Oh, also, this reminds me. Okay, something else I learned from talking with someone. Hyetta, you cannot encounter her or start her quest until you do the stuff with Castle Morn and that guy's daughter, and until she dies. And I believe the implication might be that that woman who died, her body was taken over by something and became Hyetta. Though apparently that is also debated, because apparently if you go back, like that woman's body is still around, but even though her and Hyetta share a character model, and you cannot encounter Hyetta specifically until she dies. And then, rather more interestingly, the dad stops being the keeper of the castle after that point because he's upset that his fucking daughter was murdered. You know, a good thing to be upset by. But then he decides to become that revenger guy, and he goes absolute apeshit, and then we killed him, and that's where we got one of the Shabriri grapes from. Remember, I couldn't exactly remember where we got that other Shabriri grape. It was from killing him, which is another tie to Hyetta. Well, I guess is another tie between Hyetta's story and the Castle Morn family story. So that's interesting. I didn't think those were related at all, so I'm happy I learned that. Another friend told me about that. Star Scourge Greatsword. Curved greatswords of black steel wielded by General Readathon, a pair of weapons decorated with a lion mane motif. Readathon earned considerable renown as the Star Scourge in his youth, and it is said that it was during this time he engraved the gravity crest upon these blades. Cool. Godslayer Greatsword. Oh, honestly, I'm kind of surprised this isn't a legendary armament. Sacred Sword of the Glomide Queen, who controlled the Godskin Apostles before her defeat at the hands of Malekith. We're hearing a lot about this Malekith guy. So Malekith... But, like, the Black Blades were the... Okay, this is interesting. So the Black Blades were the ones... And Malekith's the Black Blade, right? I think one of these descriptions called him that. Malekith the Black Blade, yes. So... Fuck. So, Malekith and the Black Blades initiated the assassination of Godwyn the Golden, but they are not allied to the Godskin Apostles, who also want the gods dead, but I guess for more fucked up reasons that even the Black Blade people are like, nah, which, to be fair, it's very hard to ally yourself to people that are like, yeah, we're going to, kill a bunch of people and then make their skin into clothes. Understandable that you don't want to hang out with those guys. Rogier's Rapier. High dexterity is required to wield the blade to its full potential, but mastery is a sight to behold, characterized by a flowing style which excels in successive attacks. Alright. Ant Spur Rapier. Spur of a giant ant which has been fashioned to a rapier. The blade drips with scarlet rot. Scarlet rot is an old legend of which Malay Marace of the Shaded Castle was a private believer, and indeed he eventually found his own personal goddess. Oh. Great Épée. Like its smaller counterparts, it is made for thrusting attacks and can be used while guarding with the shield. Okay. The nobles possess skills with the sword unmatched by any lowborn. Despite its size, successive attacks with this weapon are swifter than the eye can follow. Just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. I didn't miss any top descriptions. Elegant piercing sword with the Celadon colored blade wielded by Godskin nobles. The nobles possess skill with the sword unmatched by any lowborn. Despite its size, successive attacks from this weapon are swifter than the eye can follow. Yeah. Ominous piercing sword with the winding blade carried by noble servants of the Lord of Blood. Designed to bore into flesh, causing severe blood loss at the wound. The extracted blood trickles gracefully down the length of the blade. And we can't wield this? Yeah, of course, arcane. And it makes sense that dexterity, we can't use it too because of that. Shamshire. Yeah, okay. Used by the bandits who run rampant in the wake of the shattering. Most of the blade is now darkened and covered in rust. Okay. Weapon carried by corpse pillagers who prowl the sites of old battles. The blade is tacky with blood and covered in hefty nicks, making it totally uneven. Life can be sinister indeed. The blade is thin and sharp. Okay, why I keep missing the top descriptions now. A curved sword with a blade at both ends, wielded by the cemetery shades, the insect-ridden gravekeepers. The blade's thin and sharp, and strong attack, and strong attack unleashes a far-reaching slash. Okay. Serpent God's curved sword. Curved sword fashioned in the image of an ancient serpent deity and tool of a forgotten religion practiced on Mount Gelmir. Formerly used to offer up sacrifices, the sword restores HP upon slaying an enemy. Okay, cool. Nox Flowing Sword. Grim weapon wielded by swordsmen of the Eternal City. The shuttle has a blade as fine as a needle. Forged from the liquid metal of a silver tear, it is thoroughly tempered until hardened. Okay. Sword fashioned from a delicate wing, suffused with the magic of the stars. Strong attack unleashes a wave of enchanted light. Crafted from the relic of the natural born of the void, who is said to have assailed the Eternal City. Yeah. Cool. Omen Cleaver. A heavy-bladed, curved sword of colossal size awarded to Omen as a tool of war. This weapon is made to take advantage of brute strength. The pattern etched upon the blade is the remnant of a deteriorative malediction. Indeed, when bestowing a weapon, preparations must be made for taking it away. We got two of these. Bloodhound's Fang. Fearsome blade capable of brutal airborne attacks. Curved greatsword with gently undulated blade wielded by Bloodhound Knights. Yeah. Onyx Lord's Greatsword. Greatsword forged from golden-hued meteoric ore. The blade conceals gravity-manipulating magic. A weapon unique to the Onyx Lords, a race of ancients with skin of stone who were said to have risen to life when a meteor struck long ago. I wonder if one of them was Radon's mentor, then, and that's how he learned about the gravity magic. That would make sense. Magma Worm Scale Sword. A curved greatsword wielded by magma worms. The shape resembles a dragon's jaw and is covered in hard scales. Yeah, this thing looks cool as hell. It is said these land-bound dragons were once human heroes who partook in Dragon Communion, a grave transgression for which they were cursed to crawl the earths upon their bellies, shadows of their former selves. Yeah, we read that before. Morgoth's Cursed Sword. The accursed blood that Morgoth recanted and sealed away reformed into this blade. Cool. Twin Knight Swords. An attractive twin blade of fine make that prizes the chivalric way. Can be wielded with a single hand, but its true strength is unlocked with dual-handed spinning attacks. Unique twin blade wielded by Godskin Apostles, characterized by its disturbing design. One end features a sickle for slicing attacks, while the other boasts a winding spike for boring into flesh. Much skill is required to wield this weapon due to its asymmetric nature. Yeah, makes sense to be a dex thing. Oh, you can do the Black Flame Tornado thing with this, though. That's cool. I'm sure the range is not as ridiculous as it was for the boss, but... Then this was wielded by the Gargoyles. I'm surprised we can wield this, actually. We got the stats, though, it seems. Yeah. Just like the wielder, the missing parts have been mended with corpse wax. Yeah. Forked Hatchet. Wielded by imps. Yeah. Axe. Warriors of the Highlands. Axe. Yeah. Axe. Omen Killers. Huge carving knife that is made to cleanly butcher the human body. Signature weapon of the Ogress Anastasia, known to have eaten countless Tarnished while disguised as a finger maiden. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. I think she was one of the people who... I think she... Yeah. Yeah, the Tarnished Eater. She invaded us in Dragon Barrel, right? Or Kaled. One of the two. I think Dragon Barrel. Gargoyle's Great Axe. Just like the wielder of missing parts. Yeah, mended with corpse wax. Yeah. Man, those fucking gargoyles are just arsenals of just, like, corpse wax weapons, aren't they? Great mace. Yeah. Great stars. A bloodstained star is an ill omen, a fact not lost upon those against whom this weapon is brought to bear. Landing attack slightly restores HP. Huh. Golem's halberd. Crafted by a civilization now gone to ruin, wielded by the guardian golem. Inferno crozier. A colossal hammer with the appearance of roiling flames, weapon of the prelates who lead the fire monks. Its heft represents the weight of their guardianship. The hammer's head is unusually substantial, and strong attacks will fling foes into the air. Cool. Wonder if this even requires faith. No, just strength. Wow, we can't even wield this fucker. Damn. Interesting. Dragon Greyclaw. Yeah, and then there's this. Claws and wreath with lightning and tears through the dragon's feeble descendants with ease. Though, I guess, actually, no. Do we have a rune that's increasing our stats right now? Our strength, maybe? Maybe not. But there's no red X there, so I don't know. For some reason, we can wield it. Watchdog Staff. Here. Large stone staff embedded with glintstone, wielded by Erdtree burial watchdogs who protect catacombs. The watchdogs, battered and broken over their lengthy tenure, rule the catacombs and are even said to command the imps. Okay. That would make sense. Staff of the Avatar. Ceremonial staff depicting the Erdtree in its historic radiance, wielded by the avatars who protect the minor Erdtrees. The avatars, emerging in the wake of the Elden Ring shattering, were determined to protect the withering Erdtree's offspring. Giza's wheel. Great iron wheel lined with flaying blades. Device of torture used by Inquisitor Giza. As the wheel spins, it causes severe pain. I wonder by the Iron Virgins. I think that's the name of those, like, big, like, Iron Maidens or whatever that we've been seeing. Yeah, I was about to say, I wonder if Inquisitor Giza was the one behind, like, making those. Part of a Falling Star's beast's jaw, hard and shining black, fashioned into a weapon. With its sharp point, this colossal weapon can skewer foes. Cool. Partisan, pike, yeah. Tree spear, wielded by knights employed as palace guards in the royal capital of Lendel. Requiring superior dexterity to wield, this great spear can perform consecutive thrust attacks despite its larger size. Weapon that serves as both greatsword and spear, thought to have been used to hunt an immortal great serpent in the distant past. It manifests a long blade of light when facing such a creature. When their master's heroic aspirations degenerate into mere greed, his men search for a weapon with which they might halt their lord. Okay, yeah. Solarius Tree, weapon of one of the two honored as foremost among the Crucible Knights. The primordial form of the Erdtree is close in nature to life itself, and the spear, modeled on its crucible, is imbued with ancient holy essence. Okay. Vike's War Spear. War Spear singed and blistered by fingers, used by Vike, Knight of the Round Table Hold. Like Vike himself, it has been tormented by the yellow flame of frenzy from within. Yeah, Vike was the guy we got the, like, fingerprint grape from. He, too, was grabbed by the, fingers, it seems. The 3 fingers. Yeah, we don't have the faith nor the dex for that, so. Banished Knight's Halberd. +8. Ancient motif given to knights who, whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Most of these knights were sent to the fringes where they were forced to start anew with only despair for company. Lucerne. Yeah, okay. Vulgar Militia Shuttle. A hooked blade attached to a long handle wielded by the Vulgar Militia. Its attacks can slip through an enemy's guard. Vulgar Militia are the undecorated stewards of rancid, scorched battlefields that none dare approach. Forbidden domains better forgotten by the rest of the world. Gargoyle's Halberd. Corpse Wax, yeah. And, of course, Corpse Wax. Oh, no. This is, well, kind of, but such is the mark of those who serve Malekith the Black Blade, yeah. Just like the other one. Knight Rider Glaive. A jet black glaive with a blade as weighty as a bludgeon, weapon of the Knights Cavalry who ride funeral steeds. This glaive excels at weighty slash attacks that crash into foes, making it a powerful weapon even on horseback, yeah. Pest Glaive from a hard, sharpened shell. Wielded by the pests who emerged from the swamp of Aeonia, slightly increases non-physical damage negation. Though men might recognize the keen intellect of the pests evidenced by the spear's uncanny design, it will never be understood by them. Yeah. Golden Halberd, wielded by the Order of Tree Sentinels. Masterfully crafted weapon that lives up to its heft, but is difficult for one of mere human strength to wield. The Commander Standard. This was wielded by O'Neill. Even after his lord was fled, Commander O'Neill continued to brandish this flag in the devastation of the rot-eaten field of battle, the sole veteran who remembers this battle with pride. Whip. Irumi, wielded by the Night Folk Warriors. Essence, a whip with a cutting edge. It can also be used as a spear. Iron Ball. Yeah, that's a weird one. Clinging Bone. Hearted Skeletal Arm. Fitted by placing one's hand into the fist grip until they dig in. O clinging creature. A king relinquishes not the hand. Lifesteal Fist. Yeah, it steals HP. And then, yeah, the Grafted Dragon. Embodiment of the power that still remained of the dragon's head that was grafted into Godric's left arm. The wielder's arm will still take the form of a... still wasn't even in there. The wielder's arm will take the form of a small dragon sprouting sharp dragon fangs at the fist. This weapon cannot be two-handed. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Hook Claws. Oh, no lore on that. Bloodhound Claws, but yeah, this was used by the Bloodhound Knights. That makes sense. Does this deal... Yeah, it does do, like, bleed damage. Kind of want to try these, actually. Well, hey, that's the last one. That's a good break point, actually, to try them out. Fuck. Oh, we didn't even get to the shields, goddamn. We will get there. Wait, fuck. Hold on. Where are the claws? There we go. Oh, these are cool as shit, though, too. Oh, I like these a lot. Oh my god, you can just be Wolverine! This is cool as shit. Damn, that rules, actually. Unironically. I wonder what power stancing the claws is like. I mean, not any different, really. Okay, no. Well, wait, hold on. I fucked up. And then... Okay, no, that's, like, not really different. Okay. Here, I am curious about something, though. Hold on, let's go back to... this. Now, if we did want to dual wield... it would require... Yeah, I think we'd be way too over-encumbered. Yeah, that'd be plenty of more points in dex before we could even do anything with that. What are we using the thing? Yeah, that increases our max equip load too. Fuck, whatever. Yeah, it looks like we're not dual wielding. That's fine. Anyways, let's keep looking through our inventory. Melee armaments, ranged armaments, and catalysts. Okay. Enhances, let's see. Longbow, which utilizes a series of pulleys and strings. The complex mechanisms which required advanced mathematical and mechanical understanding to craft was likely made by a certain genius who learned Golden Order fundamentalism. Is that Gold Mask? Huh. Erdtree Bow. Longbow featuring Erdtree styling. In times of old, when faith and battle went hand in hand, this weapon was created in tandem with the Golden Arrow. Okay. Great Bow. Crossbow. Black crossbow featuring a long stock, used for sniping in a very long range. Weapon of Crepus, who served the two fingers from the shadows of the round table as the head confessor. Damn. Pulley crossbow. Certain Genius. Okay, yeah, another... Probably Gold Mask convention. Or is it Ofnir? Maybe Ofnir too. Well, no, Golden Order fundamentalism. Yeah, either Gideon or Gold Mask. I feel like both could be described as Golden Order fundamentalists. Probably more Ofnir, because I feel like Gold Mask, at least the way he was described to have viewed the hunters of those who live in death, maybe seems anti-fundamentalism of the Golden Order. Who knows? Glintstone Staff, Catalyst for casting sorceries. Only recognized sorcerer is permitted to wield the staff for the academic one. Demi-Human Queen Staff, Glintstone Staff style as a scepter. A gift once given to the demi-humans to foster peace, it can be wielded even by those of low intelligence. Sneered at by fools in the academy. Damn. Lusat's Glintstone Staff. Staff of the primeval Glintstone sorcerer Lusat. Lusat, maybe. Only those who have glimpsed what lies beyond the wisdom of stone may wield it. Okay. Carrion Glintstone Staff. And, of course, yeah, it comes from the Carrion place. Makes sense. Prince of Death Staff. Staff embedded with sullied amber, said to be very part of the Prince of Death, enhances death sorceries. One of the staves deemed heretical by the Academy for its ability to allow sorceries to be augmented through faith in addition to intelligence. Ooh, interesting. Clawmark Seal. Yeah. Rare tring which allows incantations to be scaled with strength. Oh! Huh! Well, I wish I knew that. Whoops. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I think... fuck, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, fuck, I think I completely just, like... Oh, I don't have the faith, though. God damn it. I'm only one away, though. Fuck. Oh, that would just take me up to a medium load. God damn it. Ah, I thought I was onto something, y'all. I thought I was onto something. Though, if we... Maybe... fuck, I'm completely losing the plot here on where this stuff is located. Yes, that'd still be light. Okay. Oh, I might do that for my next level up, y'all. Interesting. Okay, well, anyways, let's keep reading. Clawmark represents Garank's wrath, enhances bestial incantations learned from Garank. Okay. Enhances incantations of the Frenzied Flame. Mark of the Lord of Frenzied Flame scales incantations using strength, dexterity, and intelligence, and faith all together. Wait, well, fuck, we can just use this, actually. Hold on. Oh, fuck, and this would actually be very appropriate for a character, as we are now dual-wielding the power of Frenzy Flame and the Dark Moon. Oh, fuck. This is cool. Hold on. Let's learn some sorceries. Yo. Good thing we did this read-along, because, oh, okay. I am very interested in this. Let's unlearn all this bullshit. So, what can we all use? Not any of this. Do some meteor stuff. summon that. We already have, like, right-hand armament thing, so, like, it's already a magic weapon, so that won't matter. Yeah, that won't matter for PvE. I don't think we can augment our weapon. Fuck. Yeah, we can't use, like, any of this because no faith. Damn, that sucks. Oh shit, can I not use this stuff with... That's a funny animation. Shit, do I... Ah, fuck. Does it have to be maybe, like, Frenzied Flame stuff? Can I not use this for anything else? Maybe so, maybe so. God damn, okay, I thought I found a... Here. Damn it! Oh well. Here. Now, that being said, I could just wand it up using this stuff. But the real question is, do I have the equip load to make that even work? Oh shit, I probably could. Fuck me. Yeah, damn, I am sad that I can't use this for, my, sorceries and whatnot. That would have been fun, but... what can you do? Here. Let's see. Interesting. Though I'm curious. No, okay. So I know it says it boosts Frenzied Flame incantations, but I guess that means you can only use it with the Frenzied Flame stuff, right, then? Which is a bummer. if so. Damn, I'm surprised that stays even after. Damn, I thought I was onto something, folks. I really thought I was onto something. Wait, fuck, but I just realized too. Hold on. What I'm forgetting, I think. Yes, these are sorceries, and I need to use them for incantations. I'm stupid. I fucked up. Whoops. That was the reason. I got my two mixed up. So, yeah, and again, we just do not have the... We don't have the ability to use any of this stuff because our faith is just not where it should be. So... I could fire some rocks, I guess. I'm just looking. Yeah, it's too late now, I think. I can't put any points into faith or anything. Again, I don't feel like respecing, so we will just not use that flame. That's fine. What we will use is, we can use the Demi-Human Queen Staff. The nerds are gonna look down on me, but whatever, fuck them. Damn. Fucking 52 intelligence. That's ridiculous. We will never be that smart. Oh, but these scale better with int. So maybe it's better to use the Academy one. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, we got a magic build going all of a sudden, which I wasn't exactly expecting, but hey, I'll take it. Interesting. I wonder... do I want to alter any of this? I think I'm fine. No. Let's not. Okay. Carrying the slicer. Actually, I kinda... In terms of how often I'm gonna be using this stuff, these two seem the most useful to me so far. That could be cool. Won't need these. Oh, whoops, I can't even use that. I'm silly. Guess, like, maybe that one. Realistically, I don't think I need, like, all of these, but hey, I can have them also. Fuck it. Right? Oh, that rules! Okay. Wow, we got some bullshit, my friends. Okay. I'm gonna actually change my flask mix a bit, I think. To... Oh. Well, goodness. Let's do 10 and 2. I thought I hit all of them to health right now, but I was wrong. Anyways, more reading. Okay. Yeah, and then this is the seal is the mark of the Lord of Frenzied Flame, skills incantations with. Yeah. Okay, we read that already. Arrows. Used by the Master Hunters of the Ancestral Followers. Oh yeah, those. Highly effective against those who live in death and are able to prevent them from rising again. Ooh, okay, that's good to know. I'm never gonna use any archery stuff, but... Loyal minions of the Formless Serpents, their fangs are daubed with deadly poison. Spirit Flame Arrow, used by the Company of the Fallen Hawk, once ordered to explore the Eternal City. Yeah. Priests of Saint Trina use these arrows to spread their teachings. The sweet oblivion of sleep can become quite the habit. Okay. Great Arrow is large as a spear for use with great bows, used by archers of monster strength employed by a lord's army. Readathon Spear. Great Arrow is used by General Readathon during the Festival of Combat. These are in fact the many spears with which he was stabbed by the Cleanrot Knights. Ouch. Then they're, of course, imbued with his gravitational power. Bolts. Perfumer's Bolts. One of the most horrific weapons used in the Shattering. Bird Bloat. Difficult to remove. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Ballista Bolt. Explosive Great Bolt. Yeah. Lightning Great Bolt. Okay. Basic shit. Let's see the shields and, like, torches and stuff. Okay. Metal torch that burns with cold ghost flame. Tool of the fallen hawks who prowl in the underground rivers. When the band's last embers were used up in their long search, they began to burn the bones of their fellows, acquiring the cold ghost flame, but sealing their fate as dwellers of the underground for all eternity. Ooh. Damn. That's rough. Smoldering Shield. Made upon Mount Gelmir, forged from uncooling lava. Resists frost with its heat and can even be used to deal fire damage if wielded as a weapon. Oh. Leather Shield of Stormveil Soldiers. Much like the castle, it is marred by mottling and thorns. Some say it is the curse of grafting which causes such affliction, while others talk of its root being something altogether more sinister hidden deep within the castle. Huh. Heater Shield. Brass Shield. Brass Shield, Banished Knight Shield. Whether by misfortune or misdeed, were forced to abandon their homes. Most of these knights were sent to the fringes where they were forced to start anew with only despair for company. Damn. Carrion Knight Shield. Embedded with glintstones, carried by knights who serve the Carrion royal family. Excels when facing magic or holy attacks. Just who were these knights preparing to fight? Wooden Great Shield. Briar Great Shield. Great Shield from a foreign land used by Elamir of the Briar. Attacks with this armament utilize the iron thorns that have been wound around its frame. Originates from Aokade, a land of proudly solitary ascetics. Okay. Icon Shield. Great Shield painted with divine scene, the recipients of a blessed tear from the Erd Tree. An item that looks back fondly on the Age of Plenty. The divine scene acts in and of itself as a sacred invocation, gradually restoring the carrier's HP. Oh! Well, oval Great Shield made of gold, carried by knights who protect the royal capital of Lendel. Knights of Lendel are reputed for their sturdiness, exemplified by this shield's exceptional guard capacity. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use shields in this game. I just don't feel like it, so. Crucible Knight Shield. Ancient Holiness dwells within. The Crucible Horn skewers foes when performing shield bashes. Dragonclaw Shield. Great Shield said to have been whittled from the claw of a great ancient dragon wielded by grotesque tree sentinels who yet serve the Erd Tree, imbued with lightning. Fingerprint Stone Shield. A great stone shield with an intricately carved fingerprint design, one of the heaviest of all great shields, part of the tomb of an ancient god. The readerless fingers relayed their message through these imprints, said to be the very seeds from which the frenzy first sprouted. Oh, so people found, like... Okay. So, like, they didn't have, like, They didn't have, like, the finger reader crones. So what the Three Fingers did is they made these imprints on, like, tablets, and then people first developed the frenzied flame, or, like, got the frenzy from reading these. Interesting. I will be right back. I'm going to grab a drink, and also I think I need to lock up for the night, so I'll be right back. Folks, never mind. It appears I already locked up for the night, but I did grab a drink, so that was nice. Alright, we're on to the armors. Let's see, so we got the armor stuff yet, and then talismans, and then info, and then we're done. Okay. Commoner's Headband. Only there are no commoners remain with their wits about them. Yeah. Aristocrat Headband. Travel attire worn by nobles in the capital, abandoning their birthplace after the shattering. These undead wanderers are the pitiful product of unending life. So yeah, the aristocrats can't die, and I guess the commoners can't either. Worn by the Blackguard Big Bogart. To Bogart, the mask made him all the more threatening, and helped him get what he wanted, but it was also a mirror of his emptiness. Damn. Tightly wound bandages, soaked through with blood. Even the most ghastly cover is more inviting than the festering face beneath. Juvenile Scholar Cap. Cap worn by young Academy scholars, the juveniles birthed anew by the amber egg of Queen Renala, the head of Readathon Academy. Yet their rebirth is not without imperfections, and thus do they repeat the process, eventually becoming utterly dependent upon it. Rebirth is as sleep to them, and with each awakening, memory fades into oblivion. A Livinous Glintstone Crown, one of the Glintstone Crowns bestowed upon Readathon scholars whose pursuits were deemed worthy. Increases intelligence to the detriment of HP. Oh, okay. The lineage of the Olivinus Conspectus began with the sorcerer Lusat, and its adherents continue his study of meteors. Okay. Haima Glintstone Crown, one of the Glintstone Crowns bestowed upon Readathon scholars whose pursuits were deemed worthy. Increases intelligence and strength to the detriment of FP. Oh, I might want to use this, actually. Like, how much to the detriment are we talking here? And how much of a boost is that? 2 each? So that's like 2 free level ups. But we will be over encumbered. But it is also better in terms of, fuck. Here, we'll do it. Oh, we have a beard. Oh, we're fucking Gandalf now. Holy shit, dude. Next level up, we will spend on endurance and hope. Next couple. And I feel like with that, we'll be able to get back into light territory. At least I hope so. It would be nice. Yeah. Fuck. There's nothing we can really remove, I feel that... Well... Okay. We'll make it work. Damn, our build has just completely changed in one episode. Interesting. Okay. Where were we? I'm getting too excited here. I'm happy I'm doing this, though, because there's a bunch of this shit that I just did not clearly, like, read all the way through and shit. Anyways, Glintstone Sorcerer Rogier's pointed hat, a sign of heretical practitioner, strengthens Glintstone sorcery skills. Rogier spent his entire life behaving with utter detachment. No one noticed the anger, grief, regret, or fear that existed along with it. Damn. Preceptor's big hat increases mind to the detriment of stamina. Glintstone sorcerers are the descendants of astrologers, a fact that the Carians remain aware of, even if their fate has long been severed from the stars. Snow Witch hat. Witch's pointed hat, frigid and frozen through, of a style associated with the practitioners of heretical sorcery. Strengthens cold sorcery. Once worn by the snowy crone who the young Ranni encountered deep in the woods, she was a witch and well-versed in cold sorceries. It is said that the doll that houses Ranni's soul was modeled after her. The old witch was Ranni's secret mentor. Hood of black cloth that covers the whole head, worn by Fia, the deathbed companion, who on her journey, after being exiled from her home, the fabric itself is soft as silk. Yeah, I bet she was, like, from the capital and got, like, kicked out. Fillet worn by maidens who serve the two fingers. The maidens live to serve a chosen Tarnished, sharing their guidance and wisdom of the two fingers. The guidance of grace would ensure that the pair be brought together, or at least such was the promise long ago. Ruler's Mask. Mask in the image of a wizened sage. Customary dress among lords in a smaller nation increases faith. Such a mask illustrates the qualities of an ideal lord, chiefly wise and possessing a certain defanged geniality. One at the center of society often finds these qualities most expedient. Okay, mask worn by Tanith, Lady of the Volcano Manor, in the image of a foreign queen, increases dexterity. Long ago, when Rykard first set eyes on Tanith, she was working as a dancer in a foreign land. Soon he made her his consort. She was the only human to remain by his side when he became the Serpent of Blasphemy. In that moment, Tanith was truly charmed by him. Ooh, interesting. Marae's Mask. Mask in the image of a white-haired young noble, customarily worn by the head of House Maraes, increases arcane. The Maraes family has a dual history spanning generations, serving as both executioners and custodians of the Shaded Castle. This mask bears the likeness of the first of their line. I think it's Castellans, technically, right? Again, not the best at pronouncing things. Headband decorated by a pair of shining horns, worn by the ancestral follower shamans. Horns with buds that also shine are ideal ceremonial items for ancestral worship. Strengthens ancestral infant's head. Hood made by sewing together patches of smooth skin worn by the Godskin Apostles. The Apostles, who once said to serve destined death, are wielders of the god-slain Black Flame, but after their defeat by Malekith the Black Blade, the source of their power was sealed away. Wait a minute, okay, so this is... It's coming together. Okay, so the reason that Malekith, even though that these two entities, these two groups, appear to both want to... Oh shit, something fell in my room. It's okay. Even though these two entities both appear to want to kill the gods, what I think happened, and the reason why they're fighting, is that Malekith had to maybe take the power of destined death from them, or at least, like... Maybe by stealing the Rune of Death, this group became antagonistic with them. But it seems like the Black Blades kind of have a monopoly on the whole death thing. And then they spread it, or whatever, to, like, the land. And I bet that put them at odds with these guys. Like, almost like a Prometheus stealing the fire thing, maybe, even. Where, like, they stole the Rune of Death, but then also, like... You know, who knows? Maybe, or even to, like... Maybe these guys went after the Black Blades and Malekith had to put them down, sort of thing. Or, like, defend, like, their theft or something, even. Godskin Noble Hood. Hood made by sewing together patches of smooth skin. Subcutaneous fat makes it plump and soft, worn by Godskin Nobles. Nobles are the most ancient apostles who are said to have assimilated in human physiology, not unlike the Crucible of the Erd Tree in its primordial form. Okay. So are they trying to go back to, like, a primordial state of being by killing the gods? I don't fucking know. Glintstone Scarab. Worn on the head. Yeah. Helm fashioned from crystal-looking glass, said to have never left War Counselor Iji's head. Easily broken and weak against striking attacks. Worn by those committed to high treason, it wards off the intervention of the Greater Will and its vassal fingers. Oh, Iji was afraid, terrified of his own treachery. So he served Rani, but he was fucking terrified of getting caught. Or he just... He was loyal enough to Rani, I guess, that he would serve her no matter what she did, but he, having to be the War Counselor, I guess that took a toll on him emotionally, which makes sense. Like, maybe he wasn't as committed. Well, he was committed, but he was terrified of the danger it presented, which I think is fair. Silver Tear Mask. Greatly increases arcane to the detriment of physical attack power. To imitate the imitator is a cunning play indeed. That is pretty funny. Jar, uniquely jar-like gesture of friendship, it boosts the power of throwing pot items. Oh, that's fun. Black Wolf Mask, relic of an assassin who assumed the guise of Rani the Witch's loyal shadow. The likeness is striking. Okay. Navy Hood, Gifted by those who departed on missions to faraway lands from which they would never return, but what choice did they have, having seen the guidance of grace? Expatriated royalty. Increases mind. Okay. Mask with long, hideously twisted horns worn by the Omen Killers. Increases strength. Bears the smirking face of an elder, twisted in wicked delight. This visage is carved in the image of the evil spirits that haunt the Omen in their nightmares. Oh, that's fucked up. Man, I feel bad for the Omens. And then, yeah, these are generic stuff. Night Maiden Twin Crown. Who are the Night Maidens? Twin crowns worn by the Night Maidens of the Eternal City. Oh, them. Yes, I remember them now. Indicates the highest clerical rank and hides the eyes with silk. Long ago, the Nox invoked the ire of the Greater Will and were banished deep underground. Okay, that explains it. There we go. Now they live under a false night sky in eternal anticipation of their liege, of the coming age of the stars and their Lord of Night. That's why Ronnie was going to... Okay. I understand now. This makes sense. This does make sense. Fire Monk Hood. Male hood of iron links, covering a headband engraved with flames, attire of the Fire Monks. The Fire Monks are guardians of the Flame of Ruin, forbidden by the Erd Tree, and said to be kept high in the mountaintops of giants. Okay, so let's see. So, we have... Ghost Flame, Black Flame, and Frenzied Flame, and Regular Flame. Regular Flame belongs to the Giants, and is like a cardinal sin, like heretical. Can be used to burn our path into the Erd Tree. Black Flame, male hood of iron links covering a headband engraved with flames, attire of the Black Flame Monks. The Black Flame Monks, enthralled by the god-slain Black Flame, became traitors, abandoning their posts as guardians. The seduction of a taboo is never easily spurned. So the Black Flame is specifically for burning the ever-loving shit out of gods and demigods, I guess, then. Then, like, Ghost Flame, I suppose... Hold on, let's go back to... It's all the way at the top here. The tool of the fallen hawks who prowled the underground rivers. When the band's last embers were used up in their long search, they began to burn the bones of their fellows, acquiring the cold ghost flame. So that is like flame from death. That also seems heretical. So, a lot of heresy going on with fire and shit. Where were we at? Here. Vegamon Nighthelm. Knight banished from Motherland, dirty and battered after enduring a lengthy vagabond journey. Visor's broken, can't be lowered. Carry a Knight Helm. The Enchanted Knights, anointed by the Lunar Queen, were all heroes of the highest honors, but fell into disarray with the decline of the royal family. Yeah, that makes sense. Godric Knight Helm. Helm worn by knights loyal to Godric the Grafted. Man, this is a throwback. Remember when we wore this? Fuck. Adorned with a plume of withered ashen hair. Actually, I think this is the one we wore. Helm worn by knights once... Oh, wait, no, we did not wear this one. Helm worn by knights once loyal to Praetor Rykard. Its crest of red feathers symbolizes Rykard's pedigree as Lord Readathon's son. Okay. Bloodhound Knight Helm. Middle helm with a pointed beak, worn by the Bloodhound Knights. The Bloodhound Knights are trained as hunters and known to be unshakable trackers. Without the use of language, each knight chooses his own master. Once the decision has been made, the knight stays loyal for life. Oh, that makes the guy who couldn't choose a master all the more cooler in my eyes. Fucking shoutouts to that guy. That dude's like, I got standards, motherfuckers, and nobody in the lands between beats him. Twin Helm. Helm depicting entwined twins of gold and silver. The two known as D are inseparable twins. They are of two bodies and two minds, but one single soul. Not once do they stand together, not one word do they speak to one another. Perhaps this armor longs to find its way to the other D. Royal Remains Helm. Helm graced with gold human bones, worn by the unspeaking adherent of Sir Gideon the All-Knowing. Slowly replenishes HP when HP is reduced. It is said that the bones belong to an ancient lord, the soul's king. The Lord of the Lost and Desperate, who is known as Ensha. Okay. Crucible Tree Helm. Helm of the Crucible Knights who served... Oh, so the Crucible Knights served Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. The Great Tree ornamentation is the Knight Siluria's mark, displayed also by her men. Holds the power of the Crucible of Life, the primordial form of the Erd Tree, strengthens aspects of the Crucible incantations. Lionel's Helm, worn by Lionel the Lionhearted. When the chivalrous, dauntless knight met Fia, who had been driven from her home, He declared himself to be her father. Oh, okay. Alright, now we got a lot of this stuff. Cloth garb. Broader cape attached. Commoners. The board hung from the neck depicts a sprawling tree. Its roots and branches forming two holes. This is self-imposed shackle, a voluntary display of allegiance to the Erd tree that increases faith. Guardian garb. In accordance with an ancient pact of the Erd tree, it is said that their deaths led not to destruction, but instead to renewed eternal life as guardians. Okay. Juvenile scholar robe. Yet the rebirth is now without imperfections, and thus do they repeat the process, eventually becoming utterly dependent upon it. Rebirth is as sleep to them, and with each awakening, memory fades into oblivion. Those who dedicate themselves to the study of glintstones formed with starry amber receive this modest yet elegant deep navy garb after making their vows of virtue and austerity, but with extended life, one is apt to forget old vows. Robe worn by those, Raya Lucaria, Academy Scholar, tattered from being worn on the battlefield. Whenever war broke out and the Academy sealed its gates, only Haima scholars dare to venture outside. Seclusion is no way to foster discovery. It is only a convenient form of escape. Damn, spitting facts. Errant Sorcerer's robe altered, worn by the errant sorcerer Wilhelm, one of the first Tarnished to visit Round Table Hold. A silent seeker of sorcery who had gone so far as to make contact with the primeval current, Wilhelm was led by guidance into confrontation with his friend Vargrim, and it is said that he was then taken prisoner in Round Table Hold. Is he around there? Ugh. Is he behind one of those locked doors? Who knows? Spellblade's traveling attire. This is Rajir's, I think. Yep, yeah, Rajir's traveling attire, graced with an intricate aristocratic decoration, strengthens glintstone sorcery skills. Rajir spent his entire life behaving with utter detachment. No one knows the anger. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, some of this is going to be repeated. Once worn by the snowy crone who the witch Rani encountered deep in the woods, she was a witch and well-versed in cold sorceries. It is said that the doll that houses Rani's soul is modeled after her. Yeah, okay. Robe of black cloth that covers the entire body, worn by Fia, deathbed companion on her journey, being exiled. Fabric itself is soft as silk and thin enough that those embraced can feel every pulse, every bit of her warmth. Deathbed dress. Extremely thin and sheer white dress worn by the deathbed companion as she embraces the dead, slowly replenishes the HP of nearby allies, but not that of the wearer. The touch of the fabric is exceedingly soft, as to not harm the most withered corpse, even when sharing her warmth. Finger Maiden robe. Okay, robe worn by maidens who serve the two fingers. The maidens live to serve a chosen Tarnished, sharing their guidance and the wisdom of the two fingers. Guidance of grace will ensure that the pair be brought. Okay, yeah, a lot of these are going to repeat. Noble children robe. Donning such a robe traditionally the child's first show of burgeoning independence. Yeah. Okay, yeah, a lot of these are going to... A lot of these repeat. Gift of rare beauty, a royal wouldn't disgrace their illustrious heritage, even if found dead in a ditch in the middle of nowhere while wearing such splendid raiment. Okay, foot soldier stuff. Yeah, okay, a lot of this is... Okay, yeah, so Godric soldiers, Readathon stuff, I think we've read that before. Yeah, a lot of this is pretty... Huh, yeah. I feel like a lot of this we've read before. So... Like this marionette thing I just read. But I guess it's interesting to know that the marionette soldiers were made by the sorcerers. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, this is the fucking one with the Frozen reference. Blythe was the blade of Rani, but the cold bothered him anyways. God damn it. That's funny. Okay, yeah, Entra's armor. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna bother with these gauntlets and, like, trousers and stuff, then. Yeah, like, these all kind of cover the same shit, it seems like, so I don't see much of a point in going through all this, too. Let's see. Talismans, though. Erdtree's old sap becomes amber, treasured as the most precious of jewels in the age of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. The Erdtree was once perfect and eternal, and thus it was believed that Erdtree seeds could not exist. Huh. The Erdtree's old sap becomes amber. Okay, yeah. Hero hungry for vengeance. It's said that when the age of the Erdtree began, such blessings were personally bestowed upon the recipients by Queen Marika herself. Radagon's Scar Seal. Seal of King Consort Radagon. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's an eye engraved with an Elden rune. Raises vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity, but also increases damage taken. Seal represents the lifelong duty of those chosen by the gods. Prosthesis Wear Heirloom. Engraved with the scene from a heroic tale. Though born into the accursed rot, when the young girl encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, she gained wings of unparalleled strength. Legend of a Queen. Raises intelligence. The young astrologer gazed at the night sky as she walked. She had always chased the stars every step of her journey. Then she met the full moon, and in time the astrologer became a queen. Oh, there's Renal. That's Renal's backstory. Grave with the legend of the two fingers. Raises faith. Fingers cannot speak, yet these were eloquent. Persistently did they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith. Okay. Spelldrake Talisman. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erdtree. Oh, okay. Would protect their lord as a wall of living rock. And so it is that the shape of the dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protections. Okay. I feel like we probably read this before and, like, knew that, but, like, I don't know, it didn't really sit with me. But yeah, that's where the dragons fit into all this. It's honestly kind of like Dark Souls. The dragons were ancient and kind of prehistoric. They're dinosaurs. Said to be a budding horn, the ancestral followers believe that the horns of a long-lived beast continue to bud like antlers over and over again until the beast one day becomes an ancestral spirit. Said to be a budding horn, the ancestral... Yeah, okay. Same thing. It is said that a blind swordsman was the originator of this technique, the art of allowing one's opponent to strike so as to leave them vulnerable to a well-timed reply. The twin blade technique is a tradition of the confessors who closely guard the secret of how they preserve the momentum of their attacks. Thus is the final strike of their onslaught all the more deadly. The lord who led the long march bore an axe, and his loyal warriors honored him by wielding axes of their own, making them very effective at dealing decisive blows. Hammers are highly effective against shield-bearing foes, so much so that they are known as night killers. Damn. Spears are standard weapons for soldiers in the lands between. They made it possible to respond to a ferocious foe with an equally ferocious counterattack. That has no lore. Talisman bearing an icon that depicts a group of masked figures raises potency of incantations. The figures represent the flock at prayer, their firm belief in the intangible, inspiring even the solitary founder of their religion. What is faith if not an affirmation? Legendary Talisman is a treasure of Nokstella, the Eternal City, increases memory slots. This talisman represents the lost Black Moon. The Moon of Nokstella was the guide of countless stars. Carrion, Filigreed, Crest. An honor said to have once been awarded to Carrion Knights who served as direct retainers to the kingdom's princesses. Now there is only one princess, Ranni, daughter of Renala. K depicts Elden Lord Godfrey. Godfrey was a ferocious warrior. When he vowed to become a lord, he took the beast regent Sirosh upon on his back to suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within. Damn. Bull Goat's Talisman. A talisman depicting the horns of a bull goat raises poise. Bull goats are associated with the stout and mighty Tragoth, said to be unflinching in combat, now a silent comrade to those who fight. Blue Dancer Charm. Dancer in blue represents a fairy who in legend bestowed a flowing sword upon a blind swordsman. Blade in hand, the swordsman sealed away an ancient god, a god that was rot itself. Oh. Carried by assassins who strike unseen. Pattern on a scorpion freshly shed of its exoskeleton, its claws seizing a heart that burns with fire. Raises fire attack power, but lowers damage negation. Okay. Talisman fashioned from a bony knot that embodies the aspect of various creatures. Said to have grown on the human body long ago. Reduces damage and impact of headshots taken. A vestige of the crucible of primordial life, born partially of devolution. It was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. Ritual Shield Talisman. After shields used in ritual combat held to honor the Erd Tree, raises defense when HP is at maximum. The practice had died out by the age of King Consort Readathon, but remains of the arenas where ritual combat took place can still be found in every land. Kindred of Rot's Exaltation. Talisman depicting the exaltation of pests. Raises attack power when poisoning or rot occurs in the vicinity. Rot for the Scarlet Goddess, O Scarlet Blossoms, flourish in distant lands and return to us the unwanted children. Oh. Talisman depicting the exaltation of the Lord of Blood. Oh yeah, fucking Moga's the Lord of Blood, duh, that's... Yeah. Render up your offerings of blood to your lord, drench my consort's chambers, slake his cocoon's thirst. His awakening shall herald the dawn of our dynasty. Ancestral Spirit's Horn. Number of new growths spud from the antler-like horns of the fallen king, each glowing with light. Thus does new life grow from death, and from death one obtains power. Shabriri's Woe. Disturbing likeness of a man whose eyes have been gouged out. The corners of his mouth are upturned in an almost flirtatious manner. Constantly attracts enemies' aggression. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. It is said that the man named Shabriri had his eyes gouged out as punishment for the crimes of slander, and with time the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in the empty sockets. And then the sacrificial twigs. And then info. Yeah, we don't need to read these. Yeah, these are all tutorial stuff. Okay, well, hey, we read everything that we needed to read, right? Yeah. I still don't know where this one is, but whatever. I think we've done everything we needed to do. Yeah. Well then. Goodness. What time is it even? Let me check my phone. It's 10. You know what? Let's play a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go to the rolled route. Fuck it, why not? We've been reading for how many... God, maybe close to 2 hours. Fuck. Interesting. But let's, I think it, Oh, I can't go from over here, actually, can I even? Yeah, no, we're gonna have to go over to the rampart, I think. So yeah, that's enough reading. I feel like playing a little bit and testing out the new build on proper enemies.